My name is Maurice Polen. I'm 33 years old, and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I've been an FBI special agent for approximately 4.5 years. What inspired me to become an FBI agent? Actually, after I graduated graduate school, I wanted to become a state trooper, a Pennsylvania state trooper. And I took the tests multiple times, did really well with those tests. But unfortunately at the time, the budgets were cut, and I had to move back to Philadelphia. After doing that, I actually received a phone call from the FBI to become a staff operations specialist, SOS. And I took that position, and after I took that position, I actually received a phone call from the state police indicating that they were ready for me to join the academy, which I in turn turned down to join the FBI. If I weren't an FBI agent, I would be a sports psychologist. Going throughout in college, I went to school to study psychology. And after I got to about senior year, I realized that biology and sciences weren't my thing. But I still do have a passion for athletics. I played college basketball at the University of Pittsburgh, and just saw the different things that goes through an athlete's mind when dealing with difficult decisions with school and finances and those type of things. So that's what I would be doing if I weren't an FBI agent. So once my career changed paths, I became a staff operations specialist. I knew after being on the different squads as a staff operations specialist that I wanted to become an agent. So I did what most analysts don't do. I was going on search warrants, I was going on arrests, interviews, court appearances, things that I know that would prepare me to become a special agent. Constantly working out. Playing basketball in different leagues. Again, I haven't given up basketball, so I continue to play basketball and work out. Worked out with different agents, prepare for the fit test and everything like that. The most rewarding part of my job is just helping people. I think I was blessed with a passion for service, and I think that started at an early age for me, growing up in Philadelphia and volunteering at a Christian camp called Teen Haven in Lancaster, PA, and just a love for service, just helping people. Since becoming an agent, I've learned that balance wasn't my strong suit. Right now I'm a FBI agent, and I have 3 young kids, 4 years old, 2.5-year-old, and 9-month-old, and a beautiful wife, and I'm also an intel officer in the Navy Reserve. So balance was something that I struggled with initially, but quickly realizing where my priorities lied and how I was going to do to better suit myself and my family ultimately. That FBI agents have all the time and resources to monitor everybody's phone lines every day, and that's completely, obviously we have laws in place that tell us that we can't do those things, but people think that we just sit there and have the time and resources to monitor everybody's phone line. So no, that's obviously a myth that we can debunk. Some of the myths that I've heard about being a black FBI agent is that we have to do something extraordinary or over the top to belong, to be a part as an FBI agent, and that's not true. We all go to school, we all go through college and training and everything like that, and it's just, so a lot of people, even growing up, I see people when I go back to my neighborhood in Philadelphia, and people are just like, how did you, why, how are you an agent? And it's like, I applied just like everybody else. My dream location to serve as an FBI agent would be Scranton, Pennsylvania, out of the Philadelphia office. And I say that because my in-laws live there now, and they're ready to retire, and we have a house right there that's waiting for us, that's paid off. So it would be ideal and to move back there with the family. I would say very early on, even for myself, I didn't know I wanted to be an FBI agent. But whether you want to be an FBI agent, whether you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, you have to be aware of who you surround yourself with, the people that you hang around. Everybody's not going to be about doing good things, so don't get yourself caught up. Whether you know you're going to be an FBI agent, at a very early age, if that's your dream, or you don't find out like I did until after college. So thankfully, I was brought up in a good home in the church, and I was raised in the way, of the Lord, that said, look, these are certain things that you just do not do, and those morals just guided me throughout, and, God put me in a position to be an FBI agent. I say diversity is key for any organization. It's just like it's such an anomaly now when you see a black agent. Like, nobody, I'm walking down the street, nobody would ever imagine that 6'4", 250 guy, like, he's an FBI agent. You know, so it's such an anomaly, and I think we need to get to the point where it's not. Now you see black doctors, and it's like, it's not an anomaly that he's a doctor, or a lawyer, or a teacher. We need to get to the point where it's like that for FBI agents, where it's just like, it's the norm to see, you know, and not just black, but every ethnicity. Just what we've been doing, outreach, and that's huge. What we've been doing great here in Newark. The outreach team here has been doing a phenomenal job. But just catching them early on. Like, I didn't have any FBI agents coming to see me in West Philadelphia High School, which is one of the worst high schools in Philly. So it's like going to those neighborhoods where you don't expect or I say society doesn't expect the African American male or female to come out of that neighborhood. So we got to reach them not just at the Catholic schools, but at every level. Well, for me, the balance starts with my faith. When I try to do things on my own, then things get out of line. So when I start with my day, my morning, and end with God at the top, everything else seems to fall in place. And I have a huge support system at home with my wife, who constantly encourages me. And you know, it's hard sometimes, especially with the violation I work, not to bring that stuff home. But ultimately, that's what you have to do. I go into work prayed up, and before I cross that threshold to come in the house, I pray again, just that I don't bring that stuff home with my family. I would say Bora Bora is a place I would like to visit. Just everything's on the water, the spas, the living situation. It's expensive, but if I had the money, that would be my top place to go. My spare time, I like to bowl. I also sing. I'm one of the praise and worship leaders at my church. So that's one of the things that I like to do and I enjoy doing. Also, I'm one of the coordinators for my men's group at church, where we kind of do outreach to the men in the community, just to kind of get them and bring them on, where men can be honest, open, and transparent with one another about just the different things that they're going through in life. Lead Like Jesus is actually by Phil Hodges and Phyllis Hendry. And I think Kelly Blanchard is another author of the book. But it's just, how do I lead? You know, and again, being an officer in the military and the Navy, it's all about the people. How do we lead our people? You know, same thing here in the Bureau. And then ultimately, and for me, this is personal, you know, Jesus was the ultimate leader. So how do I align my life like he did? Not being perfect, but that's going to allow me to lead in the different aspects of my life. On my music playlist right now is Jesus is King by Kanye West. I'm not a huge rap guy at all, but you know, as another guy who's apparently turned his life over to Christ. But look, we all are different. I'm not one to judge, so you know, he's talking about God, and I just wanted to listen to it to see what it was all about. As far as agents, and I would say this again, so I say to my fellow officers, earn your badge every day. You know, I never lose that feeling of, wow, like I'm an FBI agent. You know, you see the Hollywood things behind it, but actually putting my badge on, and you know, it may sound cliche, but I still have that wow factor putting my badge on. So the fact that, you know, we all made it through the academy. We were blessed and fortunate enough to make it through the academy. That's one step of it. But we still need to earn that badge every day, you know, so you don't want to lose sight of what you're really here to do. You know, and again, same thing with the Navy. It's kind of like, and you know, we're earning the trust constantly of the U.S. citizens. You know, we all took an oath to uphold the Constitution, which shouldn't be taken lightly on any level. I think it just puts a spotlight on, you know, a special group of individuals. Again, and this could be, you know, 100 years of any ethnicity, but specifically we're talking about African Americans, 100 years, which is awesome, you know, to see and acknowledge that, you know, it's not an anomaly. You know, it may have been, you know, but we're leaning towards, you know, changing that we're going to recognize that this is the direction that the FBI is going, and diversity is one of our huge principles that we try to push, and it's just acknowledging that that's something that the FBI is looking to do, and it's an awesome thing. The flexibility, you know, and it's an honor every day, again, like I said before, just to put on a badge, and the flexibility to be able to, you know, work cases. And then when I was a staff operations specialist, you know, you come in, you have your typical, you know, 8 to 5 job, and, you know, you're sitting supporting the agents and other intel analysts around you. But as an agent, you have the flexibility to actually run your own cases and to reach out. And it really helped me as a staff operations specialist to know what would I need as an agent to be successful?